Good afternoon, Mullins. Or is it afternoon for you? Time zones are weird. Yeah, because I know we played one or two practice games with Sad Eyes and Chef on Socotra. So I know they were definitely not confident on Socotra. But yeah, it'll just be interesting to see how this goes. Very open maps and a hybrid map. Yeah, and it's so easy to over or under commit to water play. While we wait for the game to go live, Mullins, we've both actually played a set in our Elo range already.
Okay, okay. I think I see what went wrong. Alrighty, you guys hear me now? Awesome. Um, cool. Well, they're still setting up the lobby. We were just talking about the maps they picked. Butter Nuns, both of those players play a lot of arena. I played with the two players on their team, Sad Eyes and Metallic Chef. I've never played with the players on the opponent team, Phil Rush Me Daddy. That's Forkan, Rick, and Quails and Fire 903. So I'm not really sure what to expect from them. I know that they're both from USA according to AoE Insights. Um, and Butter Nuns, both of those players are from South Asia. Sad Eyes, I believe, is from Bangladesh. I think Metallic Chef is Indian, but I could be mistaken.
I am gonna try and pull up some insights pages because I'm sure we can find some interesting
Yeah,
stats
I
on
did see
their
that
playstyles.
the Vilrush team. I noticed that they're in dual domination, which is a tournament that my team is actually in as well. I didn't really look to see if they're in our group or not.
Uh, how uh, how are you going in that other tournament?
Yeah, it's going well. We had our first match. It was against a, I think it was like a 1600 and 1100. Um, And yeah, I think it went pretty well. Um,
That's,
yeah, but we had played like dual domination, the first dual domination tournament. Like I don't even know how long ago that must have been. Like I want to say like 8 months ago or something. But I'm sure I'm very off.
yeah. No, so we have Sad Eyes and Chef have played 33 ranked games together in team situation.
Nice. Yeah, and I think the other team is kind of like new to the server. I think that they might have joined for this tournament. So as far as I know, they haven't like
Yeah.
played any team games with me.
No, they're two new names to me as well.
Yeah. So like one thing that can be kind of tricky with these tournaments, international tournaments, is two of these players are from the U.S. and two of them are from South Asia. So it's really tricky to find a common server where the latency isn't just like absolutely insane.
Yeah, especially when you're like Sad Eyes and Chef and your two players aren't even based in the same server.
Yeah.
Almost puts them at a slight disadvantage just through like their home server is actually, a neutral server for one of them.
Yeah, I actually don't really know where Metallic Chef lives. I think that it was in India. I'm really just going, okay, Saudi Arabia. So in that case, like I think that they're likely playing in West Europe, which isn't ideal
Yeah.
for Sad Eyes. It'll be fine for the US players though. Uh, Erasmus says Watermullins and an AC admin pick suspicious, but that's not how the drafting system here works because the admin map is not random. How it works is they both pick a home map and then they take turns banning 4 total maps, and then you're left with just one. In a lot of other tournaments, you'll be left with like 2 maps at the very end, and it'll be like a 50-50 between the two. But for this tournament, we only have 7 maps.
I'm very disappointed there's no Black Forest.
Oh yeah, it's like I think that there is some like anti-Black Forest discrimination on the server, and I'm among them. I really am not into it myself. The server is like really been playing a lot of like African clearing these days, which is one of my favorite
Yeah,
maps. We used to play it absolute boatload of Len Nomad back in the day.
it is still Old Man's favorite map, I believe.
Len Nomad, yeah, I respect it. I mean, I'm kind of sad that like it's leaving the team game pool tomorrow. It was nice while it lasted. The 2 weeks of Land Nomad bliss.
Lair Nomad Huns always feels so smooth with like just being able to freely collect the sheep, fast castle if you can, if you got a good like little base setup, and then straight into CA because they're so cheap.
Yeah,
Such a fun way to play that map.
yeah. I mean, Huns is like pretty problematic on the Nomad maps that aren't like classic Nomad. Because it's like
Yeah,
it is a really nice counterbalance to them not being able to make a dock. Um, but like on the maps where we couldn't make a dock anyways, it's just such a powerful bonus. And I think that
yeah,
like I wouldn't mind if they changed the hunted course to be unable to like convert sheep. So they'd still be like getting a really good advantage from scouting intel, being able to find more boars. So you're
Yeah.
still like getting food benefit and stuff, but you're not able to like steal other people's sheep. You're not able to stop other people from sheep scouting, which is like really important to Nomad.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be an interesting change to look at. Just, I would love to see the win rate of Huns in different circumstances on Land Nomad.
Yeah, I think that they have like a very outsized advantage there.
But just having a quick look at Rick's profile, a lot of games played in 1v1s.
Yeah, he's a goth
Close to
spammer.
400. Yep, very, very strong Goss player. It looks like a few Georgians, Britons, Poles, so definitely not just all infantry, a few cav and archer civs mixed in there as well. So a good bit of variety. Um, and fire, definitely a lot less games played, but it looks to be a lot more boom type civs. Spanish, Armenians, Malians, Khmer, Byzantines, or castle drop for that matter. But castle age civs, more closed map. At least I associate with
Yeah,
arena.
they're just taking a look to make sure they didn't make a lobby and forget to send a link, but I'm not seeing them in the browser. They might still be trying to figure out what server to use. I don't know if they'd settled it before.
I think there was still some undecidedness. Interesting to note that Vill Rush Me Daddy did randomly select their first ban.
Yeah, I wonder if that was intentional because they picked Arena in the second one, so they might have like let their timer run out without paying attention.
That is true. The timer is quite short. It catches you off guard.
They have not told us what the Civ ban is yet, but I'll let you guys know. Oh, there's not. Okay, that's right. It's only for the top bracket, right?
Yeah. And I believe also if Top Bracket agrees to not Civ ban, it's not mandatory to Civ ban either.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that though. Kind of just have a conversation and figure it out. Bit of gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
But I think I did speak to Sad Eyes before this set briefly, and I just told her, like you, the most important thing in this game is decision making, and she is capable of making really good decisions. Sometimes she can get caught up in her own head about stressing about her APMs too low or things like that. But I would love her to just really focus on making the right decisions today because I feel like they could have a really good result.
Yeah. And I mean, she can be like a really scary player on closed maps for sure. So I was definitely surprised not to see it here.
Hopefully, they have something cooked up for us, something exciting to watch.
Yeah. And I think that Metallic Chef tends to be more of like a archer player. So I imagine Sad Eyes will be playing the scouts. And like if I recall correctly, I think that Metallic Chef tends to play pretty standard. So I imagine we will be seeing the bread and butter scout archer play from them.
Yeah, especially on some of those more open maps. Archers are good, but they are slow. So if you can make that CA transition on an open map, it makes it a lot more easier to punish.
Yeah, like I expect to see them play something like Magyar's Ethiopians on Arabia. I really don't know enough about this other team to guess, but it could be the same
Yeah.
thing.
Just having a look. Chef, nearly 500 Arabia games. Sad Eyes 250 Arena games, but also 170 Arabia games. So not inexperienced on Arabia, um, But yeah, I feel like it would be her second choice out of the two.
Score predictions. I don't know. I I think I'm gonna guess. Um, I'm gonna guess like 2-1 in favor of Vill Rush. I think that Butter Nuns will win African Clearing, but I imagine that Vill Rush will win Migration. And I think because Butter Nuns are more like close map players, I'm I'm expecting that they might have a tougher time on Arabia, but we'll see.
I am gonna go with Chef. I trust in Chef's experience. He has a lot of games played. Um, he's a fairly formidable player. Um, I think he has enough experience to carry it home.
Yeah. I mean, like if I'm gonna answer it with my heart, of course I'm gonna say Butter Nuns, um, because I'm like a lot more familiar with them. Chef is
Yeah,
a lot of fun to play with.
actually, we were talking about that earlier, and it's really, if I like, I know for me personally, if I lose to a team who I see like, every second day in this Discord server, really wouldn't mind. Because it is just about having fun at the end of the day
Yeah.
and a bit of banter. If people in the chat are trying to find the lobby, have they been able to find it?
I guess I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Yeah, I searched for like side eyes in the browser, but nothing's coming up.
No, not for me either.
I mean, I suspect that they're like trying to figure out the lobby server.
I can see Ben's in there in the VC with them, so I assume he's trying to help him sort it out.
Nice, nice. Yeah, hopefully they just don't forget to turn on like allowing spectators, because there was an incident with that with a pro tournament recently. It's kind of an awkward situation. I think it was like game
We're just standing
7
here.
of a best of 7. They went all the way to the end of the set, and then on the 7th game, they forgot the spectator setting.
Relatable mistake, but also frustrating. Try have another look, Ben.
All right, we have a lobby. I'm gonna send you the link as well.
Sweet, thank you.
Alrighty. Okay. We are in. Do you guys hear me okay? I probably want to slow it down. Seems like it's... Oh, let me see if I can fix that. Okay, how's that? Echo gone? And I don't hear Jack.
I'm still here. I'm just
Okay,
focusing
cool.
on trying to open it up on my end.
Gotcha. Oh shoot, I should just turn off my my range mod. Alrighty, so we have Talek Chef and Sad Eyes started very close to each other, which can be like kind of problematic for getting good access to food resources. It's not as big an issue on this map just because of the ponds, but it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Looks like we have 3 even numbers and 1 odd number, so we'll have to try to keep that straight.
They are both quite close to the backward lines though, which should help them get a little bit more map security in their bases.
Alright, so in terms of civs, we've got Mongols for both teams, and then one's Vietnamese and the other is Spanish. These are all like pretty common picks for African clearing. The Mongols hunt bonus, obviously like playing a role. With Spanish, we're gonna expect to see a castle drop most likely, or like that might have been the plan. But seeing how far they are away from their enemy, I don't know if Metallic Chef will go for like a super aggressive castle. It might be one that goes at home, just because of how powerful conquistadors can be for getting map control. I think I would tend to favor Spanish over Vietnamese on this map.
We do have a dock down from the Spanish player on the pond under the TC. Now that is interesting.
I don't see anyone else
Still
doing it.
3 shorefish in that pond. Could have a huge payoff, but obviously will extend the Dark Age time.
I'm not a believer in African clearing fish booming, to be honest.
I've definitely tried it a few times as Malay, and it is super fun when it comes off, and you can just spam endless two-handeds that only cost food.
We have a pretty fast feudal from Vietnamese here. So we're going to see a stable come down.
Has been pulling off a great long-distance baller, by the way. Just quietly over on the other side.
Oh, yeah?
Different house tricks to keep his Vill alive.
We caught up to the... I think so. Alrighty. So what do you think of like Vietnamese going scouts here? I guess you would expect Mongols to be doing that, right?
Yeah, I don't mind it if Mongols wants to commit to fast castle drop. If Vietnamese is there just to purely buy time, then I don't think it's a bad option. But the Civ pick then does kind of confuse me because Vietnamese is such a strong archer at the Civ, and doubling up on Mangadai and archery range units of some kind does seem a little bit heavy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be expecting the Vietnamese player to switch into cav archers here. And given like how far they are from the opponents, that seems to be a pretty strong option. Which would mean that the Mongols player would likely go for Steppe Lancers or Knights.
Yeah. Chef with a little bit of market abuse, but is up to Castle Age. 4 fishing ships in, 5 fishing ships in the pond.
Yeah, he managed to keep his wood pretty safe. His stone hasn't been disturbed. Looks like he saved his fisherman, but he's gonna Vill fight the scouts. They don't have any upgrades, so villagers can actually like hold their own a little bit.
With that many scouts from Sad Eyes, though, if she does find this wood line on the top of Fire's base, if they get in there, that's going to be a real problem. She has enough mass to break down that gate.
Yeah, the spearmen are gonna prevent any of those sorts of shenanigans. We see some flares going down from Telek Chef. I think he's asking Sad Eyes for scouts. Though maybe not. It seems that she's going for damage here. Yeah, okay, now she's pulling them back. But yeah, I mean, with the Spanish castle going up faster and stuff, there's not much risk of it getting denied. And now we see conks. Very scary unit when you're still in castle age, or still in feudal age.
Fallen Rick though is on his way up and does have 6 on stone, looking to drop his castle of his own. And Magadai with ballistics, I would actually take over conks.
Yeah,
especially if the numbers are pretty low.
It's interesting that they're going for Magadai on this side. Because, well, I guess the Vietnamese players going very defensive here, going for skirmishers. I guess very afraid, rightly so, of the conks that are on the way.
Actually, I wouldn't actually mind to see Vietnamese fire lancers here to complement the Magadai. The fire lancers have decently good pierce armor and can tank a little bit.
Yeah, but I guess I've never tried that matchup. I'm not sure how well fire lancers do against conks, but just the fact that they have 16 pierce damage does override the pierce armor quite well.
That is very true. Leo just stating that conks beat all, which I would have to agree with after what they did for us on Arena last night. Conks are very, very enjoyable units.
Alright, we've got a castle coming up from orange. Pretty forward here, especially with how much armies on the field from the Butter Nuns. But I guess he's pretty confident to come out here with all of the cav units he has on the field now.
I mean, and the amount of outposts he has too there, he knows exactly what units are around for the most part. And he's in a really good spot on the hill with gold and stone underneath it. And a full pond of fish at the back. That protects a lot of resources. It's a very good castle position.
We've got red skirms with no ballistics. It's going to be goners, I suspect, here. Keystores can out-micro ballistics-free skirmishers pretty easily.
Mm. There are a few step lancers mixed in from orange, though, which is a little bit interesting. That Eyes does get the TC up, despite the army coming in. It looks like Vietnamese are going on stone of their own, though, looking to drop a castle. Sad Eyes has 13 on stone at the moment. Also wanting to get our own castle down to go unique unit.
Yeah, I suspect this is the approach I would have taken in their situation as well, just because Rattans will do pretty well against knights, and I think that they would do really well against conks as well. Of course, the high pierce armor kind of gets overridden by the high pierce damage of the conks. So I guess I'm not certain how that matchup goes, but I guess we are going to see it very soon.
That is a big ball of cavalry from Sad Eye still. Almost could have denied the TC, but does get the quick wall up, Rick.
Yeah, I was a little worried for him. I've seen people send villagers out for undefended town centers before on this map, and it doesn't always go this well.
No, it definitely can turn south very quickly. Slight little Vill lead, like 7 villages for Sad Eyes and Chef's team, just with getting those TCs down earlier, and also the fishing ships.
That's
Got
true.
a slight eco advantage,
Oh,
but
he's
nothing major.
expanding his fishing ship boom and his regular boom as well.
Would love to see a castle go down to keep those fish safe, though, on top of it.
Now looking at
But
the
I think
IVL
the
TC,
longer
it's-
this game goes on and ballistics is still yet to come in for Rick's team, but once ballistics comes in, those conks are a lot less scary.
And I guess we can
And we do see
test your
fire
theory of
lancers.
fire lancers here. Yeah. Yeah, because if the conks are marketed well enough, then they can just kite the fire lancers for days.
I think that's where, if the skirms have ballistics, it kind of keeps the conks honest, and every time they do stop and shoot, they might get hit by a unit that does have really good counter damage against them.
Yeah, we're getting to
That
pretty
I think
scary
so.
mega die numbers, aren't
Yeah. But I think Chef, though, adding more TCs, that Vill lead is slightly growing even more. It's just whether they can make enough army to keep that eco safe. Both Sad Eyes and Chef also do have enough stone right now to drop castles. So it'll be interesting to see where they get dropped. We go on the front, Spanish castle going down.
we? It seems like a pretty good
Across
spot
the
for
road
me.
from it.
It's a little
Yeah,
risky,
Fire has one.
but I think that they're hoping to distract these manga die with the knights.
Yeah. And it does project a good amount, like it does protect the stone pile and the gold pile, just like the other castle.
And most importantly, it protects his fish. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
how well you're doing in the game. If your fish die, you know, you might as well... Oh, we got a hole in the wood line. Overchop from red. This is gonna hurt.
Oh, this could be expensive.
Attempting a quick wall here. Doesn't go down. Now, this town center is... It's not going to hold all these villagers. We're going to see a lot of homeless villagers over here, and they're all going to go down.
And they are +2/+2 knights, so can soak up a fair bit of fire.
Now, I think that this is enough Mangadai to clear up these knights.
I mean, they still don't have ballistics though.
Oh, that is true.
Right. Sad Eyes just able to pick up a few more Vill kills on the stone. Only
Yeah.
trading the one knight to do it.
I think she definitely expects her knights to get cleared up here and just wants to grab a bit more extra damage.
Yeah.
No, but actually I'm
I
wrong.
think-
She seems to be saving them.
But Sad Eyes, the eco right now is a little bit messy. We have how many? 27 on gold on the one gold pile. A lot of bumping.
Oh, we got Sad Eye's Knight fully surrounded, but she makes it out. think if the Megadai engaged there, it could have been messy.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that is underrated about Fire Lancers though in that circumstance, like the Knights didn't engage. The Fire Lancers did better than probably Pikes would have, just because of their charge attack. They were able to pick up one Knight for free. Oh, we have a very aggressive castle looking to come down from Rick on the right side of Sad Eye's base.
Yeah, he's not doing it with a lot of
Does
villagers, so he has a lot of faith in their army. And I think in terms of army, they definitely do have a lot more on the field. We see 53 to 24. I mean, these Mengadai alone are going to be very tricky to push through. I think that this castle does go up. And,
yeah, I think it does as well. And the gold on the front, that is going to be a lot of Sad Eye's gold eco.
Ooh, we got some conch raids here. Looks like Red is concentrating at the front and losing just so many villagers to conchs. Looks like he notices.
Losing her vills of her own. Front, so kind of a trade for both teams there.
It's a little surprising she doesn't bring the knights in to relieve the pressure on the villagers, but I'm curious to see what her plan is for this.
Leo spotted a trade cart. I need to find it.
Brew. It is idle, so I suspect it was not intentional.
Very true.
I'm not really sure how I accidentally make a trade cart, though.
Maybe an accidental hotkey issue trying to click to an eco upgrade.
Now, looking at the villager KD, it's not looking great for Red here. I think that's largely due to Metallic Chef's conch raids. He got pretty insane damage in there. And Red was looking really strong economically before that raid.
Rick also does have enough stone to drop another castle, but still no ballistic. Oh no, ballistics is now in. 23 Mangadai on the field with ballistics versus 3 conchs and 14 knights. It's going to be a very hard hold here.
We have Sad Eyes going for ballistics as well, most likely just for the defensive benefits, because I don't see her taking other ranged upgrades. I don't see her queuing Megadai either.
I think what's been hurting Sad Eyes the most at the moment is she's actually floating almost 3,000 wood. There's a lot of res being floated, which when you have an eco lead, if you're not spending the res, it makes it very hard to actually take advantage of that lead. Ben in the chat, do we think it's going to be Paladins from Chef once he clicks up? Spanish Paladins are an option. The stables are going down. The upgrades are coming in. Spanish Paladin switch.
I think that that's one of the better ways to go with Spanish as you transition into M. The conchs are like really nice in Castle Age, but it can be nice to get towards a unit that doesn't involve as much babysitting.
I think the big thing though is that Rick is up as well, and if he can get onto Elite Mangadai, not exactly a direct counter to the Paladin, but being able to, if he can micro them well, we'll be able to take good trades on the Paladin.
Yeah, so we're seeing Thumb Ring from Sad Eyes, so we're definitely getting a Megadai transition from her. Unfortunately, they really just don't have army on the field right now. I mean, having Cavalier or Paladin upgrades doesn't really mean a lot if you only have, 6 Paladins. But the army counts and just map control from the Vill Rush team is looking pretty scary.
Would love to see it. The Treb is coming out now. Treb is being produced by Chef. If he can take down those 2 forward castles, the production will be so much slower from Rick though for those Mangudai. We'll be able to clear up those numbers a lot easier.
Yeah, Mongols
Rick with 2 Trebs of his own.
It can be a frustrating civ to try to Treb push, because sometimes those Mangudai just snipe your Trebs. He has so many massed up that that's a real risk here.
The Fire Lancers do find the fishing eco and do take out the fishing ships.
You can just call it now.
No, the fish boom.
It doesn't matter if they have score a lead. You don't have fish, like, what's the point?
Sadai's losing her few Mangudai that she has as well to those Fire Lancers in the middle of the eco. It's a bit of a shame. Second Treb on the way, 2 more Trebs actually on the way for Chef. First one out for Rick. More in queue.
Ooh, we have a Bombard Tower coming in.
Could be an interesting play. But Chef only with 2 on stone. And only 200 stone in the bank, so doesn't have the eco to spam those Bombard Towers instantly. Trying to repair the Treb on the front against the Mangudai, Elite Mangudai, I believe now.
Yeah, they really just don't have map presence here.
The eco has flipped as well to the other side. This is starting to look a little bit dicey.
Yeah, Red's about to hit Imp in a couple minutes. Now the
did lose her food eco as well, so she's still a fair bit away from clicking up.
Yeah, it's never a good feeling when you have the bases intermixed like this. It becomes a lot harder to safely take gold and stones out on the map.
The castle from Sadai is actually the Treb in range from Rick. He does notice and pull the Treb back. Great job to notice that. Losing a Treb for free always hurts.
Yeah. Now the Fierce Armor goes down quite a bit when it packs, but it does get away just in time.
Cavalier in the middle, trying to do some raiding. And
he gets
Rick
foraging.
actually picking up 3 relics as well. Quietly unnoticed in the back, has picked up 3 relics.
We got the Spanish player adding in the bomber towers up front.
Elite Firelands coming in from the Vietnamese player now. That will really help clear up the Cavalier. I wonder if we will see Imp Skirm as well. Unique upgrade for the Vietnamese.
Yeah, I mean, Red already has 18 out, so I could see it being an easy pickup.
Debatably the best trash unit in the game when fully upgraded. Imp Skirm. Very strong case for it.
Now, I don't actually know if it's needed here, just with how lacking the archer unit numbers are for the Butter Nuns.
That is very true.
And I mean, to make things worse, like, Sad Eyes is losing her last castle, so she's not going to have any more Mangudai production. Well, this isn't her castle, actually. She doesn't have a castle. She's just repairing her friend's castle.
We have a siege tower on the way from Fire. Be interesting to see if those lancers do get inside and do some raiding. Chef does have the Bombard Tower creep starting in the middle. Does have Cavalier. And we're going to see a big important fight here with the Fire Lancers versus the Cavalier. Cavalier
And
HP going down so much faster.
yeah, that does not feel good.
The Treb goes down, the tower is denied.
Yeah, of course we got the Vietnamese Fire Lancers with the extra HP as well. They don't get on easy. And I mean, Metallic Chef doesn't even have his second attack upgrade on his Cavalier.
Yeah, no units currently in queue at all for Team Side-Eye, other than 4 skirms. The army numbers 25 to 77 in favor of Team Rick. It's looking a little bit dire.
Yeah, and at this point, Red has enough army that can't really be jumped on, that they can safely just slow push through the base, and there's really nothing they can do to stop it.
Yeah.
I think the ideal move here would
well.
be like onagers to deal with the skirmishers and the fire lancers, but that never feels great when you have Megadai threatening them.
Yeah. Especially in that amount of mass as well. Side-Eyes is up to Imp and does have a fair bit of gold floating, so could do some market abuse to get some army out. We'll see if they can hold on long enough for that Imp timing to kick in.
Now, these bomber towers are getting some value,
Yeah.
but they are quite expensive. I think it's something around 175 stone, 175 gold, give or take. Oh,
How would you feel about hand cannons here?
I mean, I think that the issue with hand cannons is that, you're facing a lot of skirm, you're facing Mangadai, which I believe would be pretty cost effective against hand cannon. Now, one of the reasons you often see Bomber Tower creep from Spanish is from the Supremacy tech doubling their HP. But Metallic Chef's not managed to grab that, actually. I think his resources have been pretty stretched then by trying to keep up any sort of a Cavalier mass going. But I mean, he's currently producing out of 3 stables. He only has 6 on the field. It's not looking very good for the Butter Nuns.
Side-Eyes does have heavy CA coming in and Parthian Tactics, but only the 1 archery range is the problem. Oh no, there are 7. I take that back.
And she only has 5 cav archer units, and she's going heavy into skirmishers here, which do not do all that well against fire lancers.
No, I think it needs to be heavy CA play. There's gold and food, gold and wood in the bank. I'd love to have seen all in CA as one last hurrah to see if they could get a good fight and swing the tide back.
Now at this point, like, as the Vill Rush team, I would start teching into light cav to just finish it off with raids. But I think it's pretty clear that they're safe to slowly push through and squeeze them to death.
Rick has clicked heavy camel as well as Huzzah, and out of the bottom right of the map does have 10 stables going down.
Yeah.
I think having that heavy camel switch to also kind of like ready to go and fully teched helps mitigate the paladin tech from Chef. And the 7 trebs in the bottom of the map just slowly creeping forward, eating everything alive in front of them, as well as the 3 on the top.
Well, Sad-Eyes might not have army, but she does have villagers. She had over 150 there for a minute, but it's rapidly falling. I think that she's just missing production buildings. I think that she really could sustain quite a bit of production if she had some ranges down. Um,
Yeah,
but this all got trebbed down.
there's the sad eyes. There is 2,000 food and gold and wood sitting in the bank, all in CA. Probably the best option she has at this stage.
We've got some Hazara raids coming in. It's quite brutal to deal with this at home while you're trying to push up at front. And there's an insane number of Trebs doing work at the front of their base. And these Trebs are never dying.
Paper money coming in for the Vietnamese too. That eco is just going to get stronger and stronger now with the gold trickle.
And we see battle elephants from the Vietnamese.
With imps going behind too.
Now with the
Well, there's
fishing
the
chips
fire
going
ranks
down,
now.
it's definitely over. Like, what's even the point at this point? If you don't have your fish. Well, they still have a little bit of fish.
Right on cue.
They just didn't want to see his fish die.
So understandable and respectable. The KD from Rick, though, really strong in that game. 260 units killed for the 100 losses. Vietnamese not far behind with 200 for 210.
Yeah, you can really see how the Butternut just really struggled to keep army mass up.
Definitely. They've really got above that 35 mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think it maybe came down to something of an overboom on their side. I mean, Sad Eyes almost got up to 170 bills, but we really didn't see
Yeah.
that translated into army numbers at all.
No, the res was there, which was the disappointing thing. I think there could have been there was an opportunity for a pushback because the army production of Mangadai did stop for a second. But Rick doing the amazing job of even collecting 3 relics, the 2,000 relic gold might not seem like a big deal, but 2,000 gold for free is always a huge advantage.
Now, what did you think of the fish? Do you feel like that held them back here? Do you think that
Um,
they lost in spite of
I
the fish?
I think the fish, there's argument like that it's an overinvestment. Um, I don't disagree with the one dock under the TC if you are going for an all-in castle age, but I just would have loved to have seen if you've committed to the dock, commit to all-in conks.
Hmm.
Because you've invested in the fish, you're gonna get the payoff for it around that early castle age time. Or like midway through castle age, it's gonna start actually giving you more res collected. So add the extra army while you have that advantage and see if you can take map control. It's also mixing in a few light cav just to tank the fire of the Megadai and keep them honest.
Hmm.
So you can keep your conk numbers alive would have been an option as well.
Yeah, it can feel like a pretty hard unit to deal with because a lot of times you have, the unit you really want to go for, and it feels like you have to, move heaven and earth just to match them with counter units sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing that's really impressed me from Rick's team is the consistent boom from both of them. The res collected like matching up almost in tandem with each other. Really steady approach to adding eco, adding army at the same time, and maintaining that map control. probably what gave them the control in this one.
Yeah, did a good job of locking down areas with castles. They had some pretty risky, aggressive forward castles in front of their bases at times that really did work out for them. And
Especially with Chef getting up to imp first. It
yeah,
could have gone downhill.
and I mean, there's really something to be said for just the benefit to your peace of mind that castles have. Um, just knowing that your villagers nearby are safe. And I imagine there was something of that with the Bombard Tower upgrade from Metallic Chef. I think that he was kind of tired of his villagers dying. And sometimes that's an upgrade I'll go for when I just like don't want to look at home anymore and I want to focus at the front.
Yeah, it makes Japanese like such a similar argument to Japanese towers in the eco. Fully upgraded, it just keeps everything safe. Feels almost unraidable at times when you've got your summer towers.
Mm-hmm. But you can't really go for cheeky upgrades like that if you can't keep your army numbers up at the same time, because those resources could have been invested into keeping a mass alive. But
Yeah,
I think that his army high was pretty low. Was it 24 or something like that? It's 32.
yeah,
20.
24.
Yeah, no, 24 from him. Yeah,
32 from Sad Eyes.
yeah, and part of that might have been the consequence of having just so many villagers. I do believe in constantly making villagers and never stopping until you get pop capped. But once you get pop capped, like you gotta stop. But that muscle
Yeah.
memory really does keep you going.
We going to migration next.
Um, let's see. So we should be seeing Arabia since that's the home map
Yeah,
for the Butter Nuns,
yeah.
and don't see a lobby just yet. Oh yeah, I'll change the scoreboard. I have to best not a best of, but a play all three, and we've got Phil Rush versus Butter Nuns. Do I need to save it somewhere? No, we're good. And we are 1-0.
Rick did look very, very comfortable with his the Mangadai micro in that game, so I expect to see archers from Rick on Arabia, and then likely scouts play from Fire.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know these players well enough to make a prediction there yet.
Leo in the chat begging for anything but meta Arabia play,
Yeah,
which I can agree with. It is very stale to watch.
and if anyone goes off of the meta, I suspect it would be more likely to be the Vill Rush team, just because
Yeah,
glancing over the insights, it looks like Metallic Chef and Sad Eyes often are going, bread and butter Arabia 2v2. Rasmus is predicting Goth's men at arms spam, and um, I mean, I haven't watched any of Forkan's games of Arabia. I don't know if he plays Goths on Arabia or if that's just an arena situation. But there's
Lobby
a
is up.
chance. All right, let's see. I'll pull it up. Did I swear?
I didn't hear it, but also in saying that, I am an Australian, so I don't hear swear words. They all just blend into normal words for me.
Leo accused me of swearing. My own teammate. Oh no, it did it get rid of the thing?
How could,
No, it didn't.
how could he do that to you?
Alrighty. I'm gonna slow it down to normal speed. Alrighty, so we have Sad Eyes as it's exactly what I predicted at the start. Sad Eyes, Magyars, Metallic Chef, Ethiopians. Probably the two strongest civs for 2v2 Arabia if you're playing standard scouts archers. And then from Forkan and Fire, we have Ketons and Burgundians. So if we're going to see something peculiar, it's going to be from their team. I'm not really sure what to expect just yet. Typically with Ketons, you go for heavy scout investment in feudal age with the double benefit from foraging. You often see them go pretty all in feudal age.
Just let me know when you're at 3 minutes, and I will start. That's where I'm
Um,
up to.
sure, I'll go a little bit faster real quick. All right, I am 3, 2, 1, 3 minutes.
Just looking at their maps, Sad Eyes has such an amazing woodline at the back of her map.
Oh man, yeah, it looks like two wood lines put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's taking advantage of it, going ahead and walling towards the edge of the map.
The forward gold with the hill in front of it could be an issue in Rick's base. It is a chicken start as well, which does make the builds that little bit more difficult. Just not being able to push in the deer for free.
Oh, he's going to his wood pretty late. I'm kind of curious what he has cooked here, build order wise. I
I don't
wouldn't be.
hate going to wood late. Just because you do technically lose a little bit less food from decay, just from having more on food. We do have Burgundians going for a mill, which means that we're probably going to get scouts from Burgundians as well, with their eco upgrades.
I'm gonna make a prediction that Ketons actually goes for men at arms here because we're used to going for scouts with that attack bonus, but it applies to men at arms as well, and it can make like a pretty scary men at arms rush.
Especially because if he does do that, if he can take control of Chef's main gold, his secondary gold is so exposed to the right side, and there's a neutral gold kind of to the back. If the men-at-arms come out and he plays it well, could deny gold access for the Ethiopians player, which could be very awkward to deal with. Burgundians still haven't clicked their eco-techs. I guess
Yeah.
just a little bit more conventional uptime, focusing on the uptime and going heavy on scouts because the mill at the back as well on the chickens. Is anyone else opting to mill? Yeah, Rick opting to mill the chickens instead of the berries first. Sad Eye's leaving a chicken so far. Chef has long ranged a few chickens, or hares in this case.
And we have Buyers long reach pushing his deer. Looks like Sad Eyes could have prevented this a little bit. Trying to get some harassment in on a villager instead.
Sad Eyes and Chef will be up earlier though. We'll have the timing advantage. If they can get the map control and the units out early, could be very, very strong for them.
It is pretty perplexing that the Vill Rush team is only just now going up to feudal age. They don't quite have fast castle build counts, but they don't really have fast feudals either. They're both going to be hitting after 10 minutes.
Traditionally,
Really curious what they go for.
If I was going up, like seeing a 21 Vill up from Burgundians, would expect that double bit axe to be in.
Crazy idle time under Orange's TC right now. We got a barracks coming up. Pretty late barracks. I was kind of
Jeff
wondering
with the
if...
double ranges at the front of his base.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have more than enough time to get damage in, for sure.
And the archers are on the way. Would love to see the blacksmith go down and fletching come in as well. This could be really, really strong. And Sad Eyes, 2 scouts on the field, another 2 in queue.
Yeah, Orange just now hits feudal age. Dropping a range, probably going to have to make skirmishers here.
Single range skirmishers, the skirms do fire, do create 25% faster for the Khitans.
That's true. Yeah.
So can mass that a little bit easier. The scouts from Sad Eyes, if she can win this scout fight, which she should have the numbers, those skirms really don't look that scary.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what the plan is here for Vill Rush.
Fire mixing in some Flemish militia. And we have Chef going forward with his archers, with fletching coming in. Could be a very, very important engagement coming up.
Oh yeah, he's already got some decent archer numbers up. And as I suspected, Orange is going for single range skirmisher here, trying to get full walls up. He actually might succeed in getting some walls up before he gets hit by Ethiopians. Though it's going to be hard for him to... He's not going to be able to fully wall in time, but he can buy himself some time.
Sad Eyes bringing the scouts across, which it
looks like
she's starting to do.
We're getting. Yeah, but we
because
have
not having an
4
archer
skirms
player
already.
From Rick's team does mean that it's going to be a lot harder for them to win these fights, because if the micro is there from Chef, he's going to be able to pick it up. Chef does look like he's going to get a Vill kill on this walling Vill here.
Yeah. These are some greedy walls. I mean, they make me kind of question what the plan is here, because typically if you're going for a aggressive FC situation, you're going to want a small wall, save the resources to get up faster.
The skirms do take some damage from the thing. The archers do their job, get the Pokeboy. The scouts coming back in. The scouts do need to come back over and stop the clear up of the archers from the scouts. Yeah, the forward archers do get cleaned up, but there are plenty more on the way from Chef.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with their ability to make this, to turn around the feudal fight with how late they went up. I mean, it wasn't even like the Burgundians player was taking his eco-techs early.
No.
But I guess there is like a lot of power in the faster producing trash units here. it's just really hard to run in and do damage because you have too much in the way.
Yeah. The pasture upgrade coming in too, which is a huge tempo boost for the Khitans. We'll see what they're able to pull off with that.
Yeah, we have Red looking for damage and Sad Eye's economy. Looks like she
That
is fully
does
walled
have the
just in time.
walls. But she is
There
one
is,
tree tile away from
yeah,
an overchop.
and I think that Red is. Oh, she's aware.
Red did give it away though.
Yeah. If I was Red, I'd probably want to hide in the shadows for a little bit and hope that she doesn't notice.
Yeah. Could have been very, very strong.
Now, Orange doesn't have his armor in on his skirmishers, so they aren't necessarily going to be able to roll over these archers, especially with like the crazy numbers that Metallic Chef has managed to amass, and with the scouts present, like this should be a very easy clear up. But I don't think that Rick is going to be all that scared with his full walls completing just now.
Although I did just see at the top, Burgundians don't get bloodlines, but Castle Age is in from fire. A few Vill kills here though could definitely hurt the timing and tempo of Khitans.
Yeah, I'm really
Sad-Eyes and
not
Chef.
sure what the idea of picking Khitans is here. Because he's not going for
Desperate to get
scouts. That's what you typically want to go for
The
here.
panic tower is coming down.
That's
though.
not completing.
A lot
Tower
of weak
takes so
Vills
long.
on that tower. Yeah. The weak Vill. Yeah, Chef does spot it and picks up the weak Vill. One Vill on the wood line.
Got a handful of red scouts coming in. They're going to
No
get cleaned up for free.
bloodlines. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Khitans is in trouble.
Yeah. Khitans is in big trouble.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
spot the
if
wood line.
green, yeah, I mean, they see this wood line, they can kill every Vill that's there with
Chef doing
these
a really
archers.
good
Oh
job
my
moving
gosh,
just with
there's
few
a hole.
archers. Oh no.
Yeah, we've got the Burgundians player sending in Flemish militia. But it's not going to be
Chef
enough.
needs to run those archers away from the skirms. Just buy time for the archers. Yeah, the archers can come clean up the rest of that wood line now for free.
Yeah, and we have a handful of archers here preventing a full rewall from Orange.
Chef is up. And the Vill count looking a lot better. Almost over a 10 Vill lead. I'd love to see
Orange.
Chef pick off those weak Vills with those archers as they run. A lot of weak
yeah.
Vills on that wood line.
I believe that the Flemish militia do get some stat boosts whenever they hit Castle Age. So I think it's a little harder to
believe
take
so as
fights
well.
against them here.
Looking at 1 pierce armor on them.
Yeah, and it looks like Orange is going to get his walls back up. But yeah, I mean, still remains to be seen what his long-term plan is. Maybe Cav archers.
I would love to see his army move back forward like it is.
Yeah.
He will have a very strong timing over those feudal age skirms where he can just outrange them with bodkin and crossbow in, and there won't be much answer from the Khitans, even with the Flemish militia there.
I mean, interesting choice here. Burgundians is going for the boom, also getting Cavalier at the same time. I kind of expected them to go to
The wood line at the
Massive
back
Knights.
is open from Sad Eyes.
Oh,
Queued the house. The house hasn't been built. A few Vills being picked off does panic the house down.
yeah, and these scouts have armor and Castle Age stats, so you can't really Bill fight these.
Spear coming across now. think that's one Vill down. Two Vills. Two Vills do go down. Nice little consolation.
Now we have Sad Eyes getting revenge, if possible.
Yeah.
I guess.
The crossbow's coming across, possibly to Fire's base.
Yeah.
Fire did click Cavalier, but is missing the armor upgrade and also numbers.
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity to punish this boom from red here. Got Cavalier on the way. Only one out so far,
Rick
but he's producing from
up.
3 stables.
The university is coming down from Chef, which is huge. Been very, very smooth from him. I think the goal needs to be to deny stone to gold, but the TC on the gold pile is actually very important here.
Oh.
That's a 4th TC going down for Fire.
Yeah, I'm not certain what the idea of this one is. I think in this position you really want to be focusing on getting production out of your 3 stables.
It does feel a little bit almost illegal for Burgundians to have 23 farms at the moment and not have heavy plow or hand carting.
And he didn't have a second armor on this Cavalier there. And he definitely had resources to spare to get those upgrades instead of going for an additional town center, I think.
Will get cleared up as well by a few knights.
Yeah, I mean, these are still feudal age skirms. They don't really counter crossbow. And, I mean, they don't even tickle knights.
Ballistics coming in from Chef as well. The second TC has been added from Magyars as well, which is important to note.
Now, with all the damage that's been done to red, he actually still is maintaining a pretty good Vill lead. 62 villagers.
Definitely a strong number.
Yeah, but Sad Eyes is managing to creep up on his economy numbers as they continue to pick off more Vills.
The addition of some forward siege here could be huge if it does come in. There are crossbows at the front of Rick's base as well. Metallic doing a really good job microing in 2 places at once.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like a theme of this game on the part of Villrush has been kind of a lack of commitment. You know, they had a pretty slow feudal age, but not a fast castle. You know, we have Burgundians unable to maintain.
Castle coming down.
Yeah, yeah. This is a very panic castle right here for sure. Just trying to keep that economy alive because he just does not have the production to compete here.
Burgundians using the market, I believe, to buy that castle as well, which is expensive.
And if you look at the army counts, we've got 60 to 17 with equivalent economies.
Yeah, and the second TC now down from Chef as well. That's 4 TCs in total versus 6, sorry. Second TC just coming down from Rick at the back. Rick possibly going for a camel transition, which could be interesting because the attack is also doubled and still do have the bonus damage. Could trade relatively well if he can get it a mass and with the upgrades in versus the Magyars.
We got Burgundians not really queuing any Cavalier. He's actually switching back into producing Flemish Militia. I'm not certain what the idea is there, because you've got some scary archers, like really good mass of crossbow from the Ethiopians player here.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the Flemish Militia accomplishes here. I think that you really just want to be making as many Cavaliers as you possibly can as the Burgundians player.
So proud of Chef though. Like he has 15 farms, gets hand cut, knows that 15 farms is the perfect number to make hand cut worth getting.
Yeah. We got Side Eye's looking for some extra damage in on red space.
And
Finding
they
it
just
in
have the army
orange, and they
numbers.
GG.
Yeah, has the numbers to dive the TC at the end there. The Flemish militia are around, but just not in enough number and not at Rick's base when needed.
Yeah.
Very strong performance on their home map.
Oh yeah. I mean, they came in with a plan, and at the start I was kind of confused about what the plan was here for Vill Rush, and I'm not really sure if they ever got a good idea of what they wanted to do.
Yeah, Metallic with a very, very smooth archer build. Makes me very,
Oh
very happy
yeah,
to see as somebody that plays archers a lot. Did me proud, Metallic.
yeah, and he was on the way to Emp as well. I mean, it was pretty clean.
Mm. No, the Rick and Fire both only having an army high of 21 as well does hurt them a fair bit.
Mhm.
And the losses stack up quite a lot. I know they're on, pardon me, a lot of those losses were trash units, but army losses are still army losses.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, having Vilhive 21 and a lot of that being made up of skirmishers is it's kind of tough. I mean, I felt like they really never got a scary army on the field.
It takes a very dedicated and cool head to go trash and withhold that amount of pressure if you are committing to full trash.
What do you
I
think
think for
the
me,
long-term plan is here with Burgundians and Ketons?
I think Burgundians was probably boom, but if Burgundians wanted to boom, I think they needed to take advantage of being able to get those eco upgrades an age early.
Yeah,
I think that was if there was a plan, I think not possibly forgetting to click those upgrades was a huge part of why the plan didn't work out.
yeah. And I mean, I think that it could have been pretty scary if, dropping the three stables. I think was a good move, but then going for four TCs at the same time, you just don't have that enough economy to do all that. But if he was able to maintain production of the three stables, then I think it could have put uh, the Butter Nuns in a trickier position.
Yeah, definitely agree. All right, and we have migration now for Rick and Fire as our final map, their home map.
Yeah.
I've got a sneaking suspicion we're going to see longbows here. Vikings has been a map civ that I've seen a few times in this Elo bracket, or possibly the one below, but I have seen longboats used. Super fun unit to see.
hmm Yeah, and I'm curious to see if Butter Nuns has prepared for this map because it really is a tough map to try to wing.
I know, especially when I was first learning this migration, the amount of times I would underproduce Navy or overproduce it was incredible.
Mhm.
Let's have a quick insights check and see how many migration maps have been played. Only
Um,
two games of ranked on migration for metallic. It isn't commonly in the ranked map pool, so we'll check unranked as well.
yeah, I feel like it was pretty common in the ranked pool like a year ago, but I'm really not seeing it pop up as often these days.
Mm. Sad Eyes also with two maps, two games played on it.
And in the chat, Metallic Chef is saying they're gonna start the game in 3 minutes.
Cool. Nice little time for a water break for everybody.
Yep, I might grab myself some water real quick as well.
That is so fair. Go for it. Looks like for everybody, the play rate on migration is a little bit low on ranked. Passage has been in the map queue. I know that me and Rakro were practicing Passage as a substitute. If we look over to unranked, what do we see? No migration maps, migration games for fire. Rick does have 3 games played, but not not a huge amount. For a home map pick, it's a little bit surprising to me. Um, Metallic and Sad Eyes did do a migration. Duration was only 1 minute. Never mind. Um, I thought that, yeah, thought there was a migration game for a second. Duration kind of invalidates it.
We can still believe.
I wonder if I'm looking at Fire's profile, and there are a lot of like Nomad Water Star, Nomad um, words are hard at the moment. Passage games. I wonder if it's a like a correlation between just hybrid maps in general
Yeah,
that they feel comfortable playing on.
yeah. I guess we've got a certified hybrid player. Yeah. I guess I don't know how much Sad Eyes and Metallic Chef play like water or hybrid in general. Um, like glancing over their insights earlier, I didn't really get the impression that they go for those all the time. And yeah, man, it is hard to to talk straight when uh, casting. It's like I feel like I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. I just
You're
forget
focusing on
how
typing
words
one
link
second,
together.
or
Yeah.
uh,
I feel like.
we do have the game up.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it's not showing up for me just yet.
Let's wait and see once you're
All right,
in.
there it is. Launching Capture Age.
It is
All
quite an
right.
interesting map, Jen.
What is your timestamp?
I believe I'm behind you. I'm at 140.
140. I'm at 155. I'm gonna pause at 2 minutes, and just let me know when you get to 2 minutes, and we can resume.
Yeah, you're all good to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Okay, so yeah, we see Vikings as you predicted from Forkan Rick here, and I'm gonna update the scoreboard real quick. We are 1-1 going into game 3. Yeah, a lot of great water civs here. Yeah, so Vikings. I guess we're gonna see long quotes for sure there. Woo with the +65 food on their docks. It's a very nice
Yep.
eco boost. Dravidians, my personal favorite civilization. Also playing green, my favorite color. So we got Metallic Chef, a man after my own heart. Yeah, I mean the +200 wood on age up just really makes getting those galleys out very smooth. Persians with the faster producing docks um, just makes it so easy to get your navy count up. And yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar with migration, this has different resources than standard. We have, I think it's around 6 sheep that you get, maybe 4 deer, 3 deer. Uh, no, yeah, it's got to be 4 deer because I see one right here. No boars. So if you are trying to pull off your usual hybrid build orders, then you're gonna be in for a world of hurt. Now, which civs do you think are gonna be focusing on getting onto land and controlling that early on? I mean, my money is on Wu and perhaps Persians for prioritizing that. And Jack, if you're talking, I'm not hearing you. Yeah, Dark Magician's predicting Wu for the Jean Swordsman. That's exactly what I was thinking. Um, Especially if you're up against. Oh, I think that OGJak's internet might have gone out. Yeah, so John Swordsman, especially if you're facing Dravidians, pretty potent. Can deal with any sort of archery units that you throw at them. You can also like snipe villagers under town centers. So if one of these players tries to expand onto land, then you can really shut down any sort of economic activity. Hello, welcome back.
Sorry, PC decided to have a bad day.
Yeah, it happens. Did your PC like crash?
Yeah, I just did a quick
Happens.
I'll catch back up.
Right, yeah. Well, I'm currently at 840.
Sweet.
Yep. So they are, they're on the way up to feudal on the Butter Nuns side, and the Vill Rush team actually has not clicked up just yet. So, I mean, given that they are going for 24 villagers already, it definitely looks like an FC from them. So we'll just have to see if the Butter Nuns manage to Oh, early transportation from red. Yeah, it looks like he's. Huh. I wonder if he's planning to make his like market and blacksmith up on the mainland. I
Castle
guess.
from Vikings does feel a little bit natural though, looking for to go straight into longboats.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just a question of if the Butternose can capitalize on their faster fetal. I mean, it can take some time to get to your enemies and to kill their fish. But if they can get to Castle Age and get, they're upgraded. Oh, looks like we have a pause. Hopefully, there's nothing wrong. I didn't see anything in chat. Oh, yeah, there we go. They're having some lag issues. Yeah, we had mentioned before that these players are on the other side of the world from each other, so I'm sure they had some difficulty settling on a server to play. That would be fair for everyone. Yeah, and so we have an early landing from Red here. Interestingly, he just goes for a lumber camp here.
I think possibly worried about losing water control.
Yeah.
Expecting it to be able to come back with the longboats, but wanting to be able to drop TCs and boom on the middle.
Yeah, surprising
And
move
take
from
control of that center
him
island.
here is getting double bid axe. He really had an FC sort of time that he. Oh man, we already have a castle age from Sad Eyes here. Faster feudal, faster castle from the Better Nuns team. I think that they might actually have. They might have put in some practice here that AoE Insights did not pick up on.
Definitely.
More villagers from red landing. He's also going for some fire ships. Fire ships are a nice option if you're late to the next age, since you don't need quite as many to be effective. Though they do die out, they don't scale quite as well as galleys do. Once you get a good mass of galleys, you can really just kite the fire ships to death.
Definitely.
All right, we have Sad Eyes and Castle Age, moving villagers to the mainland. Really not going for navy. I guess it looks like they're just gonna go for middle control ASAP with Metallic Chef covering for navy.
If the a metallic does already have the mass up on fire looking to transition into galleys, but just doesn't have the numbers to be able to compete with the fletching galleys.
Yeah, he.
I would love to have seen Fire's docks on the backside as well, just to make it that little bit by himself, that little bit longer to keep his fish safe.
Yeah, another thing that
Maybe that
complicates
little
things
bit
for
further
him.
away.
We have Green going triple dock, faster feudal. He had 2 docks even before he hit feudal age, so you're just never going to compete with the naval mass from the Dravidians player with this later uptime. And I think that he definitely is quite happy with his choice to transport across, because it's going to be looking really scary for you otherwise.
The galleys do pick up 2 Vill kills though on the shorefish next to the dock. And at this stage, with the Vikings going up, it seems almost a little bit redundant for the Wu to keep making galleys.
And so we have Metallic Chef does not see the wood line here. That could have been some damage as well if he spotted that.
Sad Eyes looks like she's just adding TCs on the main island. If Persian Boom is untouched in the middle, that is going to be scary to deal with late game.
Yeah.
'Cause
And I
it's one thing to
mean,
have water control, but if you don't have the res to do anything with your water control,
we just now have Castle Age from Orange here. Yeah, going for longboats as you said. But yeah, I mean we have a good galley mass from Green here.
I would love to see these galleys. Yeah, they're moving again, but the galleys from Rick, near Sand Eye's Fish Eco, were just sitting idle for a long time. It would have been great to see them just patrolled in.
Mm-hmm.
That Eyes with
Yeah,
a reactionary fire, but one fire, I don't know how much it's going to accomplish.
yeah. I mean, especially with the longboats that are sure to come shortly. And we have Orange adding more docks, so it looks like he's planning to regain water. I think seeing that Sad Eyes is not really making Navy at all. He has some confidence in his ability to completely knock Green off water here. And I mean, worth mentioning is Red actually did manage to preserve some fish. So despite being far behind in terms of Navy, like
Yeah.
he's pretty much been able to reap all the benefits of having water in the first place.
Well, he's still equal numbers of fish with Metallic, both on 5 fishing ships.
Yeah, and we have
That
Green
Eyes
Red
has lost
going
her
up to Castle.
fish.
Yeah, and I mean, she kind of had a bit more of like an unfortunate dock placement here, where it enticed these galleys to take engagements back here, so she couldn't hide her fish.
Yeah. There's a lot of weak galleys in this mass. Those longboats can come through and absolutely clear it up before
Yeah.
they get to War Galleon. That could be a really, really big engagement if Rick
Oh
can
yeah.
go forward before. This could be huge.
I mean, I think Metallic Chef's
There are-
in trouble here. Like that, the War Galley upgrade is not going to come in time to. Oh, it's not even coming in at all right now. I think he's kind of resting in his laurels that he had enough Navy to hold control.
And what is huge right now is Metallic isn't on the main island with any Vills, and they just lost water control.
And we have the barracks
Sad Eyes
coming
is
up in the
there.
middle. Stable coming in from Sad Eyes. It looks like the battle for the middle is beginning. Butter Nuns transporting villagers onto the mainland. Looks like he might discover Red here. Oh yeah. Switching into army on land as well. And as you can see, he's not adding additional galleys. So I think that they're planning to just relinquish their navy at this point. Which I think like might be the way to go.
It is interesting to note that the Wu don't get Bombard Cannon Galleon, but they do get the Luchuan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't seem that Red has any interest in going for navy. Actually, I say that, but we have him. I didn't notice, but he started massing galleys in the back. Yeah, it looks like he plans to take over the water from Green here. With Metallic Chef uninterested in keeping it seems. You can see he's transporting more villagers across. Hopefully he notices that they're sitting there, or that's 7 villagers for free.
Is going on to knights. Unupgraded knights so far, but is pumping out some knights and dropping another TC in the middle.
Yeah, if she can find this town center, that could be kind of painful for Orange, but it looks like the scout's going to intercept them. Water completely going down for Green.
Yeah, I'd love to see the town centers on top of each other from Fire and Chef, one of them adding siege.
Yeah, we've got
the castle.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. It's going to clear up the production for Green, I'm kind of curious if he's going for crossbows or for elephant archers
The
here.
tower is
Oh,
going
that's
down,
not
but
that's not gonna do it.
the
No.
mangonel.
Yeah, this is just not the way to.
Another big shot, and there's the swordsman coming in to clear up the vills that are coming to the siege.
Yeah.
He notices.
Man. The tower defense and try to prevent the castle just really you have to get it up like immediately, and it just doesn't work out usually when I try it. I've seen it done, but like when the castle's already halfway up, it's just not happening. Yeah, that hurts.
On 1 HP. It was 1 HP.
Yeah, and we have green going for crossbow, which does get heavily countered by the Jean Swordsman, which red is already going for. Though with the blue knights by your side, maybe they're not so scary. Yeah, but it looks like green really doesn't have a good foothold on the island right now.
Vikings
Another forward castle.
like, on a map where you're spending so much res, the eco getting that wheelbarrow and handcart for free. I misspoke in the last game. I called wheelbarrow handcart. But getting those upgrades for free would be such a big difference to the like eco efficiency.
Yeah. We get some villager picks off of red.
And the castle now, another castle drop on Metallic's new TC. This looks a little bit like a disaster.
This is this castle's not going up.
Wall in.
Yeah, I guess it depends on his. Ooh, yeah, it's paused again.
Pause.
Probably latency issues again. Yeah, we've got Metallic Chef spamming flares on the castle.
Also, if you check Metallic's home island, we have longboats ranging his gold pile.
Oh yeah, that hurts. So it looks like he can safely take this one, and he did mostly. I mean, there's only like 300 gold left here. But yeah, I mean, this forward castle from Orange, I think is going to hurt quite a bit. If he had it kind of between his town centers, maybe that would have helped him keep hold of the island. But yeah, I mean, that castle's not going up. I'm sure that Sad Eyes is going to continue pushing through into Orange, where she's going to find no resistance. Oh, we got a Mangonel going up. It's just going to get assassinated.
I would love to see Fire adding more fishing ships behind this. They've got water control.
Yeah, and he's trying to make use of it, trying to range some more of the economy from Sad Eyes here. Sad Eyes continuing to expand her economy with town centers. Looks like Orange is hoping to just whittle away at the HP of these knights so he can get this castle up.
Metallic does have the wood for a siege workshop, and if the siege workshop was put down, it could deny that castle with the help of the knights.
Yeah, a siege workshop here would be pretty strong.
The Mangonel does come out from...
Oh, and there it goes.
Rick.
Ooh.
No. I don't know if it's too late, though, because there's no more knights in queue. It's only down to 2 knights. They can't really deny that TC from being... to be kept idle any longer.
Got an aggressive forward castle from Sad Eyes, who... sending a lot more villagers there, making sure it absolutely has to go up. I think that this castle likely goes up eventually, but I mean, it's just such a mess. You're gonna lose so many villagers. Though he's only lost 4 so far, so that's pretty impressive. That he kept them alive.
I think Sad Eyes, with the 104 vills and land army with upgrades, does have a really big timing potential right now to kick them off land.
Oh yeah.
I think that is their win con right now, is Sad Eyes just all in castle age and a little bit of a carry.
Yeah, and we have we have an aggressive castle here. I think that just going for the ram itself would have been sufficient. This is a very risky castle. I feel like it could be a bit of an unforced error. And he agrees. Oh, I missed this one. There's another Ford Castle from red.
Although that ram is
Yeah.
completely safe under the TC. He can't pop out Vills to take that ram down.
Oh
The
yeah.
TC is shooting that battle elephant, that armored elephant. But 2 more armored elephants, and that castle's actually goodbye.
Yeah, and we see green continuing to add them in. Though this red castle here is a bit problematic for the butter nuns. It does shut down some of their production.
Yeah.
Yeah, another elephant coming in.
சரி உங்கள் சித்தம்.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think they have
CrossFit.
a really strong potential to kick
Ooh.
for a little bit of time if they can ignore or just keep Red's push in check. They can
And-
clear up a lot of eco from orange here.
Oh, this castle might get killed.
Did he lose the foundation?
Well, he has.
No, I
he,
believe it's
he
deleted.
has he has 1,500
He's still-
stones, so I suspect that he deleted that. Oh, and he saves the castle with just 475 HP remaining.
Another armored elephant would be huge.
Yeah, man, that was
Possibly
close.
Getting repaired.
Yeah, trouble for Orange's base with the castle ranging his only safe TC. I feel like this forward one is really hard to get good economic activity out of. Yeah, if we can get like some army in here to snipe these villagers, then Orange is really in trouble. He just does not have anywhere to go if you have an army in between.
Now, Sad Eyes is a big risk here of overbooming. She needs to stop making bills right about now. 130.
Oh yeah. And I mean, we saw this issue in the African clearing game. She just keeps taking bills and keeps taking bills, but I guess is ignoring her army production. She was producing so many knights earlier in Castle Age, doing a really good job taking
But if you look
map
at the
control.
res banked right now, Sad Eyes has enough res to be 5 or 6 stable knights at
Yeah.
least.
And it seems that she's planning to go to Emp very soon. I think she can't. If she cancels out her queue, she could definitely market use her way up. But
Rick, his MTC is it's a TC that's being ranged by the castle.
Oh
He's gonna
my gosh.
lose the MTC at 50%.
will he notice? He hasn't noticed yet. No, he has. So now he's probably gonna do it from this one, right? No.
It's the home TC. No.
No, it's not. I think it must be this one.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
not a great TC to do.
Yeah. See, I feel like
either.
you learn your lesson and you do it right here, right? But I think he just select all TC again.
Yeah.
It's also really nice to research it from here, so you don't have to deal with. Well, I guess like having more economy back home is actually pretty nice. With the having navy, you don't have to worry about raids.
The castle on the hill, though, from fire could be really, really strong. The
yeah.
longbow, it's in so much mass, though. That
Yeah, and I mean,
30
Sad Eyes really
longbows
just doesn't
almost.
have knights on the field.
I think the
we
knights
have
will start
a
massing now.
unintentional
Ready for Salah to come in.
Persian douche going on right here.
It could be very, very annoying if Sad Eyes. Yeah, Sad Eyes does notice it. TC gets deleted. Vill's running through the TC fire, but no ballistics, so they're relatively safe.
Yeah. Pure Age coming in from Sad Eyes.
Oh, we have a forward castle now from Rick.
And
Sad Eyes.
Sad Eyes just
start
doesn't have a
making some
castle
knights.
in the right position for pushing it, I think. But
No.
but she might be fine to kind of give up this area and pull back. Yeah, I just would like to see. Oh yeah, she's got her knight production really going now.
Yeah.
136 villagers. She can definitely.
And there's
the
2
same
knights
production.
on that forward castle. I think that castle goes up,
Oh yeah.
but
Well,
no, denied by the knights.
yeah.
Just in time. And 3 trebs in queue.
Unfortunately, I'm not
From
seeing
both
the knight
teams.
upgrades from Sad Eyes just yet. Neither the blacksmith nor the cavalier upgrade. I suspect that the Cavalier upgrade is actually queued behind some Knights right now.
And have a look at the stables. Those ones are unused. Actually, which stables is she? Only actually producing out of 2 stables. I think her hotkeys.
Yeah.
She might have control grouped not all of her stables.
Let's see if this gets deleted. If he's paying attention.
But Chef on 33 Vills and no longer producing Vills. Bit of a rough situation. The Vill lead almost out to 60 Vills for Team Rick. Feels like there's definitely a timer on Sad Eyes and Chef.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I think that Orange's position really gets stabilized if this castle goes up. But Sad Eye's finally clicking the Cavalier upgrade.
Coming in.
Yeah, but still no armor.
Coming in. Has Chieftains been researched from the Vikings?
She hits the castle too late. It's already missing some HP, so it's just, yeah. Yeah, I really think things are falling apart. They're really feeling the squeeze here, I think.
And I think the one Treb from Sad Eyes come out is locked in that woodline. And is stuck.
Now, the one thing I really want to see from the Vill Rush team is some Canton Galleons would really be oppressive here. They could take out so much economy and for free.
Looks like it's going to be full berserks from the Vikings. I would love to see some Lutrons as well. Clear up that home eco, because if you have a look at Metallic's home eco, it's 30 on...
Oh, yeah, like half of these aren't even working.
That's his whole eco right there, and that gold pile, those gold piles are down to nothing. 70 gold on them combined.
I really want to see some blacksmith upgrades from Sad Eyes here. Yeah, I think she might just be getting a bit overwhelmed. She has the resources for them, to be sure.
Metallic, 30 idle villages and microing use 10 crossbows.
Oh, that's rough.
Love the effort to micro, but at this stage, your whole eco's idle.
Yeah, I mean, economy and army counts are not looking good for the Butter Nuns. They were looking very strong in mid Castle Age, but it's really falling apart, I feel. Now the orange base towards the northwest has been cleared up, but orange has managed to expand to the south and lock down some areas with some castles.
I would love to see orange go for chieftains here.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a no-brainer against these Cavalier.
Like, make a huge difference only fighting Cavalier.
Yeah.
There is an archer. Don't know, it's not going to be able to deny that castle. It's going to be sitting underneath that castle. There's a Mangonel coming in.
Yeah,
he doesn't notice soon.
Crossbows are goners.
Yep. That's the GG.
Yeah. It's a great, close game of migration. It's very surprising. I felt like they were pretty well prepared for this map, given that it's not their home map.
No, definitely a strong performance. The Vikings showing their power with the longbows and the timing of not having to click the upgrade and wait for War Galley to come in.
Yeah, and I think that's something we see through these games is that the Vill Rush team, they really start to excel as the game goes later, as you have more units on the field. I think that that their macro starts to shine at that point. But it feels like the Butter Nuns kind of have a better grasp of like those early timings, maybe tighter build orders and plans.
Definitely would have to agree. I will be 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. and the score comes out to 2-1. What did I say it would be? Though I was wrong about the map. They did manage to have a pretty good Arabia win there. I'm not a Butter Nuns hater. I'm a Butter Nuns realist. We've got uh fire in the chat. GG. That was a great comeback you had on migration. I felt like um you were in a very tight position in the middle, but y'all really pulled it off. Yeah, and I'm sorry I haven't been saying the full team name. It's a mouthful. I feel. Bill Rush. What was it? It was Phil Rush. Bill Rush Me Daddy. That's the full title. Bill Rush Me Daddy. Yeah. And you know what? You've earned it.
Sorry, I am back, Mullins.
All right. It looks like Fire is interested in doing an interview. If you have some questions for them, I might.
I'm sure we can come up with some.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go up. Hello, GG's guys.
Greetings. Thank you.
Hello.
All right. So
I would.
yeah. So one of the matches I was like the most curious about was the Arabia game. I was kind of curious what your long term plan was for the Ketons and Burgundians on that map.
You know, over the last couple hours, I think we did a really good job of just forgetting that game ever existed.
Oh.
I mean, at least for me with the Burgundians, obviously it's taking advantage of the eco timings, but I at least initially thought that the Catons and the Burgundians with their early cav could match up with what the Magyars could do with the free attack upgrades. That's kind of what was going on in the back of my head, but they did a really good job of playing as a team and constantly coming at us with both of their civs instead of just one at a time. So it was a good challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah, I was
felt
gonna go scouts, but then I realized I was on chef, and that did not go well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean with the Ethiopian archers it's kind of hard to outcompete against that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to watch that back to try to do better.
Did you have any questions,
Was
Jack?
the I was gonna say, was the thought process behind the Burgundian picks? What was the thought process?
Yeah, I think it just has someone.
Yeah, it was the eco point of view. You know, I thought the Flemish militia could at least hold against a potential Magyar cav rush, and then have the good timings in Castle Age with the cav, and then um, the eco upgrades that the others wouldn't have.
Yeah. No, Burgundians definitely can be strong. There's definitely a strong timing that they can have. No, you guys did really, really well
Yeah.
with army control on the hybrid map and also AC, and spending a res effectively. Some good castle placements on AC as well. That first castle was in a really good spot. was a very smooth games for you guys.
Yeah, I thought African clearing went pretty well. I think my teammate can. I think he set the tone a little bit in game one, so he can kind of talk through his thought process.
I was just I've played Sad Eyes multiple times before. It's always been fun, but I knew as long as I could make it to a late game, it was that I've won most of the times like that.
Yeah,
So it's just Mongols, Mangadai, always good. I was surprised
Yeah.
they also went Mongols, but probably shouldn't have been surprised based on the map. But then it was just out macro them was the plan in my mind.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like the later the games went, the more it kind of played into your skill set. I felt like y'all had a really good um, kind of big picture idea of, getting a big army on the field and taking control of the game as it goes late.
Yeah, I think we pick our civs with that in mind. Obviously, not every game goes imp, but on the off chance it does, I think you want a good game plan, and I think we try to draft stuff that's civs that are complementary to each other. So I think we did a good job in games 1 and 3 of getting to the late stage and executing the way we wanted to.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for the rest of the tournament. Uh, yeah, thanks for taking the time to talk afterwards.
Thank you for casting.
Yep, thank you for
Yeah, you're welcome.
casting.
Have a good
well
night.
played,
Watching it
guys.
back.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I think that'll be it for me. It is 1 a.m. for me, so good night, all.